Hello, viewers. I'm glad you're here. This is traditionally distilled soju. And what is the highest percent ABV that I can expect from distilling traditional soju with a Mongolian-style still in my kitchen? So that's what you'll see today. What is the highest percent ABV I can get? So I'll explain everything as we go along. The first step is to construct the still. I roll up some silicone mats to put in the large outer pot. This will be a double boiler to help keep the temperature more even. Inside the smaller pot, I lay out some chopsticks to support the collection bowl, which goes inside the pot. And then on top is a larger bowl full of ice water. That is the condensation bowl. So please watch my earlier videos to learn why this setup is like a Mongolian-style portable still that was used in Korea more than 500 years ago. So let's distill some rice wine. So this is the fermented rice wine that I'm going to be distilling. And I'm going to be distilling the clear wine, the clear layer, not the sediment on the bottom. So I'm carefully going to pour off the clear wine. That's Soju. I'll experiment with distilling the sediment part later, but for now, I want to make it easy on myself. I just pour off the clear layer. This is what I'm left with, the sediment on the bottom, not too much. Place in the collection bowl and the ice water, and wrap up the gap with plastic wrap. And then the disadvantage of this Mongolian-style still is you have to take it apart to see if you've collected everything. There's no convenient tube that drips out distilled alcohol. So you just have to wrap it up and let it go for a certain number of minutes and check it. And my strategy today is to use the minimum temperature possible, do the distillation as slow as possible, and then I'm going to measure the ABV with my hydrometer, which is calibrated for 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And after collecting the distillate, I let it cool down more to room temperature and measure the temperature with my infrared thermometer and adjust the ABV according to the temperature. And the adjustment is to subtract 1% ABV for each 5 degrees Fahrenheit above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So those are the instructions that came with my hydrometer. Okay, so now it's been 10 minutes and I pour off the collection bowl and just measure that. So for the first 10 minutes, I collected 42 grams of distillate. And it's easier to measure weight rather than volume here. So that's what I'm doing. This is more than 42 milliliters, but what's important to me is that I need to be able to float the hydrometer. And that amount that I collected, that's not enough to float the hydrometer. So I let it go for 20 more minutes and I collect another 32 grams of distillate. And now that is enough to float the hydrometer, so I can measure it. So it's reading 56. It's around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so that means this is actually 53% ABV. So I pour it into a small bottle here, and I can label it with the actual ABV. Okay, so that's the first bottle. I let it go another 20 minutes, and I collect another 36 grams of distillate. And there's some left over in the tube there because not all of it fit into the first bottle. Then another 20 minutes, another 46 grams. And the reading from this is 48 at around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so that means 46% ABV. Okay, so I pour that into a small bottle. I could label that with an accurate ABV. Then after another 20 minutes, I collect another 47 grams of distillate. And because I have more left over in the tube now, the hydrometer does float, and it's reading 39 at around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so that means 36% ABV. Okay, so that's my third bottle of traditionally distilled soju. I'll keep distilling, but since the ABV has lowered, the rest is tails that I will use up next time, the next time I distill something. Okay, so this is what I get. The three small bottles of traditionally distilled soju. First bottle, 53%, second bottle, 46%, and third bottle, 36% ABV. I'm happy with how things turned out. These are perfectly clear. They taste good. And I know the ABV. So I'm happy. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.